You're not crazy. I disappeared for 2 months. You're not crazy. Welcome to the DIY Designer. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a beautiful couple of months. If you've been following my channel for a while, then I feel like you're sort of familiar with this pattern. It is not a particularly well executed pattern. It is a pattern without any communication whatsoever, with no expectations, and really with no plan. This is my 7th year of having my YouTube channel, and I feel like every year I get so overwhelmed towards the end of the year, October, November, December, and this year especially with Rock Knot exploding. It was so overwhelming and it was so much, and I didn't miss a week, and I was doing videos the whole time and that I just was like, whoa. Once January came, I sort of gave myself permission to take a step back. January rolled into February, and here we are. So here's the deal. I have a DIY for you today. I am figuring out exactly what this channel is gonna look like moving into 2024. My goal is to continue to provide amazing content. I don't know that I can crank out DIYs the way that I've been doing in all the years past, so my thought is maybe a DIY here and there, some styling videos here and there, maybe some live Q&As where you guys can ask questions on DIYs you're trying to do, feature other DIYers. So if you are a DIYer and you have some awesome projects, film it, send it to me. I'd love to share it and throw people over to your channel. So I'm kind of figuring out how that's all gonna go. So today's DIY, I was watching Real Housewives. Shh, it is my guilty pleasure. Shutty it uppy. And Erika Jayne, when they were in Spain, that sounds like the beginning to a riddle. Erika Jayne, when in Spain, was wearing this long sleeve, sort of tight, stretchy 2-piece set, but the button placket and collar was denim. It looked like a denim jacket that had been pieced together, and I was like, man, that's really cool. I'm gonna show you guys how you can take a really cool, big, oversized sweater or sweatshirt, take it, cut it, attach a denim placket, and make it basically like a slouchy cardigan. All right, so this is the sweatshirt that I thrifted. I love that it has a dolman sleeve. I love that it's oversized. This is gonna make for a perfect like slouchy cardigan style. I found these sweatpants and they look like a very similar gray, but they're very different material, but I still think it's gonna work. The sweatshirt is like a classic sweatshirt. The pants are almost like a ribbed knit in some way, baggy, oversized, smushy, and I'm all about it. This is the jacket and the shorts that I thrifted to use as like the donor, the denim donor for this outfit. My original goal was a regular jacket, but I actually think the button-down shirt worked perfectly and really lended itself to more of a cardigan. I cut off the hood because obviously that's unnecessary, and now we need to cut it right in half. Sometimes old sweatshirts like this are not perfect, right? They twist and they turn, so you can see that what's even on the bottom is not quite even on that little triangle at the neckline. It's no big deal. It's gonna get kind of covered when I sew in the collar, so we're good to go. Next, I decided to cut the elastic out of the waistband, but maintain the majority of the waistband. The length of the sweats were like a little funky for me, so I thought there was a chance I'd want to gain back a little bit of length, which you can see there. If I use the entire waistband, I really do gain like 4 inches, and I thought there was maybe a chance I wanted to use it. Now I'm gonna take my shorts and I'm gonna remove them from the rest of my shorts. So first thing, I'm gonna cut off all of the belt loops from the shorts because my original idea was maybe incorporating the belt loops and maybe incorporating the button placket. I don't know, I wasn't sure, but I thought maybe, so I cut it that way just to be safe. Now, I'm cutting the button placket off of the denim shirt. On this side, you can see I'm leaving like almost a 1/2 inch of almost like seam allowance right there. That's so I can fold it back like this when I sew it down. It's gonna make it much more clean finished, whereas all of these elements here, I don't need to do that. This top part, I'm just cutting it as tight to the edge as I possibly can because that's gonna be covered by my collar. And then here, there's a natural place to do it just because of the way this is sewn. I can get right underneath, cut it, and you're never gonna see it because there's like a little natural overlap in the original design of the jacket. Could these fit any better? Like, is that a joke? I mean, it was like literally the exact right length. When you're gonna do this, you definitely wanna start by pinning in the center front collar going right to your shoulder on each side. Don't do the back yet, because if your sweatshirt, which most are gonna be bigger than the collar, you wanna sort of create a pleat in the back. So start evenly in the front, pinning right to the shoulder, left to the shoulder, and then evenly distribute, create pleats, create overlaps, whatever you want in the center back into your collar. Now, I'm pinning in all of my sides here. You want to obviously keep in mind anything like these snaps. You don't want to cover the snaps because they need to function. You know, kind of just pay attention as you're going and work with your unique jacket. You can see here, that was that little excess I gave myself. I folded it under and pinned it, so it's going to clean finish it and sew it all at the same time. Now, I didn't show you how I pinned this because it's hideous and ridiculous, and there's really no point. I could tell right away that the ribbing was not right. So I cut off the ribbing. Then I pinned it with this, and I could tell right away this was just funky. It was phallic and weird and just not the vibe. So I end up cutting it off, and I am working just with the waistband. Once I cut off the waistband, I realized the belt loops needed to go too, so I removed that as well. But you can see one thing I did on these pants is I actually, instead of evenly distributing the excess and making it slightly gathered throughout, I added 2 pleats, a pleat on the center front and, right front and left front. To me, that just worked better with the sort of the style of the pants for some reason. But if yours don't fit, you just want to think of it like elastic. You just want to kind of evenly distribute any excess throughout. Now it's time to sew. All you want to do is get a matching thread to the stitch in your jacket. So I'm using like a light tan thread, and I'm sewing everything in, going right onto the existing stitch line. This is fusing the two together and disappearing all at the same time, making it look like it was always like that. Now for the other side, I did need to change my presser foot and needle placement because the snaps would have been in the way, just the way that it lined up. So you can see here with a smaller presser foot and the needle moved, I just barely make it. So a regular one wouldn't have worked. Now for the pants, I'm just sewing the waistband in exactly like I pinned it in, kind of evenly distributing, but I did leave a gap, and you're gonna see that in a minute. I'm not gonna sew all the way closed in the front. I need a little bit of an opening right there so that it stretches and I can actually put it on. Obviously denim won't stretch, and so if I don't allow the button to unbutton, I'm not gonna be able to get them on. Now, I don't know why my camera didn't focus here, but I basically decided to change the shape of the pants and create a tapered leg. So that's what I did. I just started at the ankle, cutting off almost half the width, and then working my way up and going right back to where the existing stitch line was. I sewed it closed, and that was it. That created for me a tapered leg. Alrighty, that's it. I'm gonna see how the pants look. I have yet to try them on, like, with hair and makeup and shoes and, like, you know, kind of like a whole outfit working. So I'm like right now kind of iffy, but we're gonna see in just a minute. I am gonna model it for you guys and show you how it all came out. But I gotta tell you, already the jacket is like a favorite. It's so cozy, and it is, it's wonderful. So I hope you guys give this one a shot. If you liked this video, I hope that you will subscribe. And like I said, click the notifications button, because my goal is to be releasing content. It might just not be on the exact same schedule that I've always done, but I am trying to figure all that out. So I'd love you to come along for the ride. Okay, have a beautiful week. Love you guys. So here it is. I didn't get the chance to shoot with my brother. Timing just didn't work, but you guys, it is so stinking cute. I am obsessed with the jacket. I think it looks amazing. I cleaned up and just trimmed off all the insides. As you can see, it's not perfect. Don't hold yourself to perfection. These are not store-bought clothes. You're making them yourself. Really focus on how they make you feel. This made me feel comfortable and cozy and relaxed. Draping it off my shoulder made me feel kind of like sexy and effortless and cool. The pants are really fun. I really, really do like them. I think tapering them made all the difference. The pleat is really cool. Even the way that the waistband works and overlaps, and you can see that's that excess I gave myself so that I could easily get into them. I hope that this is one that you do. I think it's really fun and it's so customizable to your particular style, so enjoy.